Let's go. Let's go. Press that like button.
Are you fucking serious?
I honestly, I'm not gonna even lie. I don't really know where I should begin. I mean, if it wasn't Packers, then NFC Championship tried to tell people Rams, Seahawks. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know because not for nothing. All jokes aside, what made people think that the Bears was going to the NFC Championship?
Are you fucking serious?
Somebody tell me, who thought that the Bears was going to? Matter of fact, no, forget that. You know how many people told me that the Chicago Bears was winning the Super Bowl this year? Huh? What made people actually think that the Chicago Bears was going to the Super Bowl, even winning the Super Bowl this year? Once again, I tell people, I over here, Rick Scripted and Fix. My number one thing is, please don't think in the moment so much when you see the shit that you see. You have to stop thinking in the moment just because something feels good. Just because something feels good, that doesn't mean it's going to be good for you at all. I tried to I I tried to tell people, good look, Jalen. And matter of fact, yeah, keep watching that out for me too. My man Jalen, I ain't gonna lie, for a very long time, he's always been on some get the likes up. He's been saying that shit since I've been going live for a long, long time. You gotta get your wrench. He makes sure people's gonna hit that like button. For years, not for years, I'm sorry. I The Bears are not going to no Super Bowl. People felt. You know what? Let's get straight into it, right? The media fooled the public so crazy this divisional weekend.
Are you fucking serious?
You wanna know how? You wanna know how? What were all the narratives that was going on since the playoffs, right? Number one, Josh Allen, right? Oh, this is his time. This is his time. They are sweating him, right? Oh my God, this guy is looking like Superman. He's gonna go far. He is gonna win the Super Bowl. He is gonna win the Super Bowl. It's gonna be the Bills, no matter what. That's all you seeing in the media. That's all you seeing from. And the reason why people's saying it is because the media is going so hard at it, so you actually believe in it. So, oh my God, the Bills, the Bills, the Bills. Right? That's all you kept hearing. The Bills, the Bills, the Bills, the Bills. They spoke about it too much. They spoke about that too much. What was next? Oh my God, the Texans defense, the Texans defense, the Texans defense. Oh, matter of fact, yeah, the Texans defense, the Texans defense is so good. It's so good. And I'm like, huh? If this is real, you know, you still have to score more points than your opponent to actually go far and win a Super Bowl, right? So they let what happened to the Steelers. Okay, boom, they beat the Steelers. Now everybody's going super crazy. The Texans defense. All right, we already know how that turned out, right? The Bears. Oh my God, Caleb Williams, the Bears, because of this, because of that, this lines up with this, because of the Bears is gonna win, the Bears is gonna do this because of this, the Bears. Guess what? Josh Allen and the Bills, they lost. Guess what? CJ Stroud and the Texans, they lost. Guess what happened? Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, they lost. All three of those were the biggest narratives of the playoffs from the NFL media, these podcasts, even the sports books. And yet everybody still fell for that shit. I keep telling people when they overly talk about something, don't rock with it. Unless the only time you rock with it when they overly talking about something is if it's a dynasty team. Not every year though. Not every year. But there's times you will hear them overly talk about a certain team. Then nine times out of 10, they are going to win that year. They're not going to win every year. But when it's a dynasty team, that's the only time you'll put your trust into it. We haven't seen them have conversations about teams and ended up with for sure things since the Patriots and the Chiefs. The Chiefs, when they had their heyday, Patrick Mahomes does have three. All three of those years that he won, they were going hard on the Chiefs, and it happened, right? The only time you trust it is when it's dynasty teams or something like that. If it's a one-off team, never ever believe the NFL or the media when they do shit like this again, please. I promise you. It's not gonna end well for you. You guys have to stop doing that. They make things look good for you guys and you fall for it. You can't fall for that. You can't fall for that. And I don't know how many times I've been trying to say this for years, and it was like, and once again, let me say this: no disrespect to anybody about saying who you thought won, but let's just keep it real. A lot of you guys were going off a certain, just the way the NFL and the media made it seem. So you guys got happy off of that. Oh my God, they're gonna win because of this. I'm like, so Josh Allen loses. What makes you think they're gonna let Caleb Williams, who just came in, they're gonna let him win the Super Bowl over Josh Allen just that quick?
Are you fucking serious?
No, all jokes aside. All jokes aside. The Bills was a feel good. That's what that was. They was a feel good. When I was watching the whole game, right? That's the reason why I didn't even write during the game in the whole post. Y'all ain't even see me really write like that. I don't think I wrote. I watched the whole games. I promise you, you know, when Caleb did that throw and it went in the end zone, I did not sweat it at all. I actually put more money down. This is going to overtime. Not one part that I ever worry that the Bears was going to win this game.
Are you fucking serious?
I promise you, I said they're not going to win this game. Especially with the fact that he also does throw an interception too. right? So they made it entertaining for us. They did. They made it entertaining. But when you throw that and you throw the interception and then I'm like, yo, listen, I don't know. This game is over. This game is over. And what did I also tell you guys yesterday for the ones that still bet on the Bears? What did I always teach y'all? Right? I'm gonna have to say it again. For years and years, I told you, whenever a team is at home and they win a big game like that, right? Whenever a team wins an emotional game, a close game, a real tough game, whenever they do win at home, their next game, especially even at home, the very next week, you may want to fade them.
Are you fucking serious?
They're gonna lose. They're not going to win. Too much celebrating was going on when they beat the Packers. They came back 21-3, right? They came back. What made you think that the Bears was going to win and have another emotional game back to back, especially at home? I've been saying that for years. This is not new. For anyone that is new here, you're going to learn it now. Right? You're going to learn it now. But for the ones that still went against it, you should be ashamed of yourself. There was no way the Bears was winning that game. Based on what? We're going to talk about that Broncos game. I got something to say about that. And anybody that is also new to me, I got some information about that. You guys will see something simple, right? But anyway, I don't understand what made people actually think that the Bears was going to win that game. Who thought that the only way the Texans would have made sense is if it was for the fact that they're a fifth seed. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to me on I knew we had this. There's no way we're not going to see a 1 versus 5 seed anytime in the playoffs. It could have been the AFC Championship, right? The NFC Championship, or even the Super Bowl itself. You mean to tell me we got 3 matches left? Right? Now we have 3 matches left. We are not going to see a 1 versus 5 at all. But yes, we got it now. Rams versus the Seahawks. Rams versus the Seahawks. There goes that 1 and 5. AKA the 4, right? There goes that 1 and 5. The same year, your man who goes down and gets injured. That would be Patrick Mahomes, number 15. I also tried to tell people about that too, and they didn't listen. Anybody that is new, you may want to go back to some of my videos when I called Patrick Mahomes getting injured early before it happened. Beginning of the year, beginning of the season, Patrick Mahomes is going to get hurt. It went over everybody's heads. They didn't listen to that. They didn't listen to me. The only thing about Patrick Mahomes getting hurt that I was conflicted with was what week it was going to happen, 14 and 15, because that was my prediction, 14 and 15. When it happened at 14, I was like, I got to sit back and watch and see what happens this week. And sure enough, that was 15. That is, he actually ends up getting hurt, even though in my mind I thought it would have been 14, but 15 at best. And the reason why is because of the 14 and the 4. 14 and also the 4. He can go down to week 14. That stands alone. He can go down to week 15. What's the difference between 1 and 5? It's 4. I didn't think it was gonna be week 4. That wouldn't have made sense if he would have went down week 4. Because they still had to make the narrative of them going to the playoffs. So I was right about that. All I'm trying to tell you guys is you don't think in a moment too much. You can't think in a moment. I tried to tell people that. And then, you know what I said? I said, yo, you mean to tell me Matthew Stafford is not going to a conference championship at best? Nobody wanted to listen to that. I'm like, why the fuck you think they got him here anyway? And you know what else kills me? Ain't none of y'all realize, since the Rams won the last Super Bowl, right? Anything after that, they didn't go past the wild card game. And see, y'all didn't do no research. Off rip, you should have known. Yeah, the NFL was letting the Rams get past the get past the divisional round. At best, that they'll make it to the divisional round. It won't do any better than that. Ever since they won that last Super Bowl, There was times they didn't make the playoffs. There was times they would get smacked in the wild card game, or they would get smacked in or lose a close one in the divisional round. Here they are in the divisional round again. You actually thought the NFL was going to make them lose. And think about it, we have a whole bunch of young quarterbacks now that's getting praise. They had Matthew Stafford there for a reason, and it kills me that nobody really thought about that. They still got him there for a reason, right? When you think about every team that's left, who has the most exciting players so far? Nakua, Devontae Adams, you know what I'm saying? Matthew Stafford, LA. You mean to think out of all the teams that's left, because y'all probably gonna say, oh, Stephon Diggs, but that's with the Patriots. But I can name multiple players with the Rams. You mean to tell me that they wasn't gonna have the Rams in a Final Four? Come on.
Are you fucking serious?
Come on. You gotta think sometimes. The way certain teams look, you guys go off of that. Oh, they're gonna win because yeah, okay, it looked good now. Watch what happens the next week. Right? You gotta look at that now. Right? Let's post up that picture. And also, you guys also still didn't listen to me. Didn't I give this parlay away yesterday? Because some of you guys was in the chat. Right? When we spoke about the 2017 season, and sure enough, what have you been seeing on Twitter? All they kept talking about was what? The 2017 season. Like, oh, the Patriots should know a thing or two about losing to a backup quarterback. Bleacher Report. I was laughing when Bleacher Report said that. I said, look it. I was the first one to tap onto this. Now you start to see the media talk about it. Now they're talking about it all day today. But what happened? We had that live yesterday. This is what I'm saying. When it comes to like real shit, I'm always going to be on it because most of the time I don't even have to look and research it. I have tons and tons of notes already. Oh, I got to just go back to that. Okay, that's a storyline. Let me find that. It's just that easy, people. Now I see a lot of people's on the let me post that. Let me post that. Hold on. I see a lot of people's on the Seahawks. Fair enough. Don't make me no difference. I had Seahawks winning, right? I mean going to the Super Bowl, but also I had the Rams going to the Super Bowl. Didn't matter to me. I won. Hey, I'm just trying to blow up a picture. My fault, y'all. My fault. I just want to blow up. A picture. Just cause I try to tell y'all, man. Sometimes motherfuckers don't listen. All right. Here we go. Let's talk about it. You guys see it right there, right? Right. Come on. You see it right there. What conversation did we have yesterday? What did I tell y'all? What did I say? We speak about 14, right? Right? We speak about 14, right? Don't we chat? We speak about 14 all the time. And I said, all you got to do is add up Sam Darnold's number, that's number 14, plus Matthew Stafford's number, which is 9, so that'll give you 23, right? And then you take Drake May's number right there, you add 10 to it, you get 33. And then you take Stidham's number, and you add 8 to that 33. And what do you get? I think you get 41.
Are you fucking serious?
You see what I'm saying? And what have I been speaking about for over a year now? Yes, I'm gonna keep saying that. Anybody that's new to me, you go to like my latest videos, I guess from this football season, you're gonna see 14 all over. Even when I'm not titling it 14, I'm talking about 14, right? But the proof is right there. I've been trying to tell you guys about that. The 4 and the 1, the 1 and the 4. But here's the thing too, right? Check this out. This is where it actually gets more interesting, right? So I know a lot of people understand where I'm coming from when I say that. So a lot of people have been looking in a they've been looking in a 14. What's going to be 14? Right now, the only thing that could be 14 in our face about winning the Super Bowl is the Seahawks, and I'll be crazy if that does happen, right? But you can't think so fast because did we not have a show last week? We had a show last week when I showed you guys this. And I think this is now. I'm not trying to convince any of you guys, but we done did this, right? We did this last week, right? You see Josh Allen on the floor, and that meant he wasn't winning the Super Bowl at all. He wasn't winning the Super Bowl. You see that person that's standing right there, right? Some people may disagree, fine, right? But even besides that, the 14 is cool. But everyone looks at it as, oh, maybe we may see a 1 versus 4, because that's one thing we was banking on. But like, oh, we may see this, that. Just add 1 and 4. Just add 1 and 4. Just add 1 and 4 right there. Right? Now for the ones that's wondering, who is this guy? Who's this person with sitting down with the football in his hand? Right? Who's that? Who's that guy? Come on now. If you would have listened to me, then you guys would know that's Shane Tamara. Shane Tamara, the NFL shooter. The NFL right here in New York, I'm sorry, the New York City gunman that was aiming for the NFL offices, right? He was aiming for the NFL offices on the 5th floor here in Manhattan, but he ended up on the 33rd floor. That's 28 numbers in between. The difference between 5 and 33 is 28 on the same day of the Super Bowl, 2-8, right? But the NFL headquarters happens to be on the 5th floor. But you know what's so crazy? The same guy, Shane Tamara, he played high school football where? In California, right? LA. He played high school football in LA, and what was his number? His number was 5. And what team actually has the number 5 seed here this year in the playoffs? I think that would be the Los Angeles Rams.
Are you fucking serious?
This is why I keep trying to tell people you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful about picking just any old team. What the hell made you think the Bears was gonna win this game? Based on what? Based on what? The Bears wasn't winning this game. It's codings and a lot of shit. There's footage of me telling you guys, nah, do the 5. Like, come on. I'm not saying change it. I'm not saying change it, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I'm on the Rams all the way. Now second place is the Seahawks. To basically what I'm trying to say is that I think the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl this year. Straight to the point. I think the NFC is going to win a championship this year. Win the Super Bowl this year. NFC wins the championship this year. I do understand a lot of people's on the Patriots. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's not possible that they can't. They won't win, and I don't see it, to be honest with you, because of the whole Tom Brady thing. And you guys do know I was a diehard Patriots fan. I don't see it this year. I don't see it, and I'm talking about. I just don't see it. Me personally, I don't see it, and also like. Whenever a Super Bowl champion wins, then you get to hear bad news after they win, almost like a shaming ritual and shit like that, right? But to me, this is just me. The whole thing with Diggs, I don't, unless they got something lined up for him, right? But Diggs being in the news for that whole situation, and also being a guy that just has a whole bunch of baby mamas, right? So he's having those issues as well. So he's in the media for that, and he's in the media for his assault. To me, and it's and all we see that before the Super Bowl. It's not like it's after. We see it before. I don't see the Patriots winning.
Are you fucking serious?
I usually know how those stories go. You see what I'm saying? That's just me. I know a lot of you guys is heavy on the Patriots because how they are looking. I understand that. But once again, what I'm trying to say is before you go hard, please be careful. NFL makes things look good, right? They make it look good and then they have something planned for you. The super chat act, yeah, on the chat it should be there. Look, hold on. Look, cause I'm gonna show you. Let's say I'm gonna go on as myself. It won't make no sense for me to send a suit. Oh shit, the option is not there. Oh man, you right, Buck. The super chat option is not there. Shit, the super chat act is not there. If anybody wanted to send a super chat, I'll tell you this. If anybody wanted to send something, I gotta like put the option on there. If anybody wanted to send something, the Cash App is right there on the screen. For anyone that does have it. Nah, the super chat action option is not there. So if anybody has Cash App, the thing is right there on the screen. Y'all see it right there on the screen. The next live, I'll make sure I have that option there. I should have. I remember a long time ago I had that, but I think I have to put it back for a reason. It hasn't been there. Shit, my fault for anyone I wanted to send. But if you have Cash App, the Cash App is right there, straight to the point. And the Cash App, I get 100% of that. Fuck YouTube. Nah, but um, the way I so okay. Somebody asked me, so before you see the Rams versus the Patriots? Um, I no no no. I don't see Rams versus Patriots part 3. That would be nice. That would be nice, right? That would be nice. I mean, okay, look, what we got? We got Patriots versus Seahawks part 2, right? So you got Patriots versus Seahawks part 2, and then you have which is kind of interesting with these last 4. So Patriots versus Seahawks part 2, right? To me, I don't know how exciting that would be. I don't think it would be exciting because none of the key players are there. Even though I do know that was over 10 years ago, but still, even if you had some vets there, you know what I'm saying, that was still playing or something like that. No, none of them's playing. Brady's not there, right? Well, Russell Wilson is still active in the league, but he's not. Russell Wilson is not there. Brady's not there. Beast Mode's not there. You know what I'm saying? Just the name of Grunk's not there. You know what I'm saying? Belichick's not in he's not on that sideline. Pete Carroll's not on the sideline. You guys get what I'm saying? Like none of these guys is there. So I don't see how that can be I don't see how that'll be fun. Right? Seahawks and Patriots. That matchup, I don't see how it could be fun. To me, Patriots versus Rams part 3. Yeah, yes, because McVay is still there. And he can get his revenge from what he from his first Super Bowl that he got the coach. He can get his revenge. You know, that's something that's there, right? I would love to see a part 3. There's some history there, right? Tom Brady, Kurt Warner, Tom Brady, Jared. You know what I'm saying? Right? So what else? So Brady went against Jared Goff and Kurt Warner. So now What else we have? Okay, Denver. So we can see Denver and Seattle. That's another one. That's another one. But nobody's there on either team like that. Nobody's there. Different coaches, different players. How exciting is that? I'm sorry. How exciting is that? What else? What else? All right. So if you really think about it, like I feel like we have to have the Rams in there. That's just me. The Rams need to be in there. The Rams because they have the star power to be there. The Rams, that is. I can see the Rams doing it. But Seahawks, basically, I'm rolling with the NFC straight from now on. Anybody want to know? Right? So if the Rams end up winning the game, you know who I'm rocking with, right? If the Seahawks end up winning the game, you guys know who I'm rocking with. And don't even need to ask who I think is winning the Super Bowl. I don't think the AFC is winning the Super Bowl. Me personally, I don't see the Denver Broncos winning the Super Bowl unless they got something super lined up for them. But for the new people, here's another thing that I always say. Whenever somebody's the face of the league, right? Whenever somebody's the face of the league, you hardly see one of their division opponents win the Super Bowl while they are the face of the league. For anybody that's watching, somebody tell me I'm wrong, right? Face of the league. We start off from Brady, right? Brady and up. They're in Brady's whole time with the Patriots. From when he first started, when he first got no, yeah, when he first won that Super Bowl to his last year as a Patriot. Have we seen the Bills, the Jets, or the Miami Dolphins win a Super Bowl? Somebody tell me that. Have we seen the Jets, Bills, or the Miami Dolphins win the Super Bowl? So right now, Patrick Mahomes is the face of the league, right? Raiders, no. Chargers, no. Now the Broncos, they can do it, right? They can do it. Now I tell you this, maybe that whole scenario can get broke if the Broncos do win. So now you got the Chiefs looking to dethrone the Broncos. But it only would have made more sense if the Chiefs and the Broncos had one back to back. But that wasn't the case because the Chiefs had one and then Philly won. And then now if the Broncos win, it'll be the Broncos. I'm rocking with Matthew Stafford. Anybody also that was doing, I'm always rocking with I always put the Rams there. This is nothing new too. Just in case anybody say, "Oh no, you just rock with the Rams now." I've been putting the Rams up there since me personally. I've been putting the Rams up there since 2018. That's on record. That's on record. For anybody say anything, that's on record. 2018. I've always put the Rams as a Super Bowl finalist. I always keep them there no matter what. Even if it doesn't happen, I always still put them there every year. If somebody asks me, "Oh, what's your pick? What's your pick?" or NFC pick, I'm always going to have the Rams there until I tell people, "Okay, enough is enough." And this year for a while is enough. This year for a while is enough. Right? Get them likes up. Anybody that's watching. I'm hearing that 80 people watching and only 20 likes. Get them likes up right now. I'm giving y'all the shit that y'all ain't going to hear anywhere else. You ain't going to hear anywhere else. So I don't I don't I don't I don't know if that's going to happen. I think a lot of people feel some way if your man Stidham gets to come in and then win a Super Bowl like that as a backup, right? But this is giving Nick Foles vibes, like I said yesterday.
Are you fucking serious?
It's giving Nick Foles vibes. It's not like Stidham is a rookie, you know? He's been in the league, right? I mean, we gotta we gotta think about this shit. Is it possible It is possible, but I'm not rolling with the AFC. I'm rolling with the NFC. I should, right? How many likes we got now? Still got 19. Still got 19, 20, right? Yeah, that's what we got. You guys ain't gonna get this information nowhere else. Nowhere else. Right? But I need you guys to stop it. Stop rooting on stop rooting for teams because it's a feel good story. 30. All right. All right, a little decent. 10 more went up. Okay. All right. But I, I think people need to look. But by now, I'm gonna say this. By now, people should know what's up with the NFL. At least by now. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I see the Pats winning. You know what? You know what? I still need to know who the F is getting that MVP, right? Because to keep okay, the Rams won. The Rams won today, but the Patriots won too. Now, if you think about far as performance, who had the better performance though? As far as the better performance, it the NFL had the Patriots actually had the better performance. Rams did their thing. Yes. But Drake made it look more effortless. Now I say all that to say the NFL probably should give Drake May the that I won't be surprised if they end up giving him the MVP. Now, anybody in the chat that is watching, anybody in the chat, please. And I need real info. I'm not gonna look it up because I can look it up right now as I'm speaking to you. I don't want to do that. What is the current MVP odds? Not something that you saw 10 hours ago. I need to know what is the current MVP odds from whatever book y'all use that has it available. Because here in New York, they're not letting us unless I got to use one of my like my bet now, my offshore betting joints. I got to use that, right? But I don't feel like logging into there. Anybody that's listening right now, please, if you could look it up in your phones, your computer, wherever you at, or ask somebody next to you. I need the current odds, and it has to be from like a good source, like a maybe a sports book or something like that. I need the actual current odds. Stafford's the favorite. I mean, he was the favorite before the game, but by what though? Somebody could tell me. Like it says, Josh Allen. It says, stop lying. I see Joseph keep saying that because somebody let me know. And where you getting that from? What sports book you getting that from? I know that ain't true. That can't be true. New number says Stafford's the favorite. The media kept saying MVP front runner, Stafford. They, but true, but that was because the game wasn't over. You get it, new number? Like I need to know. Right, Stafford. Bill says Stafford is minus 450 currently. Bill, what? And also cite your source. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but just cite your source so everybody on record can see it as well. Decoder XX says, I don't see the NFL letting Jarrett Stidham beat the Pats. Yeah, we about to have a conversation on that game in just a minute. A Settle says, FanDuel has no odds Bill says FanDuel. Mark says FanDuel. A settles. Check your. It may. Is it the state you at? A? Because once again, here in New York, I can't get that. I have to go on one of my offshore accounts, my Bet Now, and them things, providers and shit like that, to get the MVP. But they're not giving me even on my Bet MGM, my DraftKings, or even on FanDuel. I don't see it unless they have it hidden somewhere. But they usually don't have it for New York. You got to remember, shit can be leaked crazy. The New York where they do the replay center is right here in Manhattan, right here in Manhattan, right? The NFL headquarters is right here in Manhattan. They not. I don't think they really gonna have that like that. That can get leaked crazy, right? It's on FanDuel futures. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. So yeah, to make yeah, check that, Mark. To make a long story short, though, we got Stafford at minus 450 now. Now y'all do know what I always say: MVPs winning a Super Bowl really don't happen. But we had Kurt Warner to do it in the 1999 season, and we had Patrick Mahomes. He did it in the 2022 season. Two Missouri teams. One of them happened to be a Rams team. So like, I think if it does happen again, it would stay as a, Chiefs team or a Rams team. I think it'll stay in it like right in there, right? Because you're doing. If I'm on Stafford, like the my thing is this: does Stafford retire? He go out in a blaze, right? Let's say he gets MVP, and let's say he does win a Super Bowl, right? A day after his birthday, because yeah, his birthday is February 7th. Yeah, Matthew Stafford birthday is 2/7. 2 times 7 is 14.
Are you fucking serious?
14's all over the goddamn place, right? I just don't like the number 20. The 2/7 thing is usually a bad thing, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, he can retire and go out. Go out. Somebody else would probably be the MVP of the Super Bowl, not him. I don't think so. If they was to win, I could see like maybe I don't know Devontae Adams would go off, or Nakua probably go off or some shit like that, right? Somebody could go off, but I don't think Matthew Stafford would get Super Bowl MVP if he does win, right? But yeah, he just needs to win. Go out, get your trophy a day after your birthday, and go out. But if it doesn't happen, it got to be Sam Darnold's time. I don't see how anybody else can win that shit. It says Sam Darnold is a favorite on DraftKings. Bet MGM says May. That's what I'm saying. It's different conflicting reports. I don't. The Rams did win, but I don't think it was a quote unquote virtuoso by the way they say that shit to put Matthew Stafford all the way up like that. But if he is, then fine, fine. I mean, I'm not betting on who's going to be the MVP, right? But I want to know from you guys the ones that's possibly going to bet that. But the books is doing it all different. Mark says plus 200. Oh, but it's plus 200. But Darnold is a plus 250. No. Wait, time out. Darnold is favored at a plus 200. That's just weird. Darnold's favored on Bet 365. No way, cap. Sam is not winning MVP. This is what I'm saying. I don't know if there's more people listening. Like, try to do your research on that, cause that's weird. I'm not saying none of you guys is lying, but after this live is over, I gotta check that shit, bro, cause that's kind of weird how different books have that. That lets you know that I kind of like it like that. I kind of like it like that. That means we probably gonna get a surprise to Super Bowl. Yeah, that's no, that's MVP. That's is the Super Bowl. Oh, Super Bowl MVP. Oh yeah, not that. Cause they can't give us plus money on that one, Mark. I'm about to say that's impossible. Stafford, well, Mello says Stafford is minus 450. Shit, it looks like he may get that shit. Yeah, it's okay. So all of you guys are saying so they don't have no Bill saying they don't have MVP. They don't have they don't have season MVP. They just have Super Bowl MVP. So I mean, it looked like Stafford might run away with that. So I'm I want to see what happens. Right? But yeah, now Patriots, 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 and the Broncos. Patriots and Broncos. Patriots and Broncos, y'all. Did I not tell y'all about? I mean, I told y'all about this one. Roll it. You guys see it. 2017 season copycat. We did this last night. We did this before you guys heard it anywhere. I made sure we had this conversation. I'm sorry. I made sure we had this conversation. I had to make sure we had this conversation because I knew the media was going to do this. I knew the media was going to do this, and then long and behold, you see Bleacher Report posting shit like this, right? Who else? Two other joints said something about it. I'm like, here we go with this bullshit. Here we go with this bullshit. Why are they talking about this? Right? Because like I said, we have they put up the final four quarterbacks all the time. What was so special about that season that made them want to, that made them want to post that? Right? Hold on. What's this bullshit right here? Roll that. What's that bullshit? You guys see it. You guys see it. What's this bullshit? What's this? Bleacher Report. I think I saw that 2 hours ago, and then they posted that 4 hours ago. So maybe like just give it like maybe 6 hours or some shit like that. Look at that. Look. This is what Bleacher Report posted. Look. Bleacher Report. Nick Foles knows a thing or two about facing the Patriots in a high stakes game as a backup QB. The Broncos' backup QB Jarrett Stidham has a chance to repeat history.
Are you fucking serious?
Just had to show y'all what exactly they are doing. Yesterday we had this conversation ahead of time. We had this conversation ahead of time because we knew exactly what was going to happen. And you know what? Somebody else, I guess a new listener, he commented something that he took the words right out of my mouth. Right, right before I was going to press send on a post, I get the alert that somebody wrote on a previous post, and you know what he said? He said, "Look at that score. Look at that score. The Rams 20, the Bears 17. We just had a conversation about what year on last night's live." "17.
Are you fucking serious?
Right? Now, am I saying this is going to happen? No, I'm not saying that this is going to happen. What I'm saying is they're taking narratives. This is what the NFL is doing. They're taking narratives, right? They're taking narratives. That's exactly what they're doing. They're taking them from older years and applying it this year. Tom Brady getting hurt, the face of the league. Patrick Mahomes, now he gets hurt, face of the league. Right? What else? A backup has the chance to win the Super Bowl. Not saying it's going to happen, but he has a chance to win the Super Bowl. The only messed up thing the only fucked up, I'm sorry. The only reason why I don't personally believe it is because once again, what the media is promoting it. They're promoting it. Now, if they probably would have stayed shut about this, then maybe they can get away with it. But now that they're making it so obvious, maybe it just won't happen. The Broncos won't lift up a trophy. But if there's people just in case putting some money on the Broncos' future, I don't blame y'all. But being that the NFL is promoting it, I can't get behind it. I told you guys, whenever they promote something, I cannot get behind it. If the Broncos was to win a Super Bowl, fine. I don't have a favorite team. They ain't gonna do me no like whatever, right? But if they was to win, fine. But the fact that the NFL's promoting this, I wouldn't trust it because they're promoting it. Right? Now, let's go to the opening line. Patriots, Denver Broncos. Anybody else that's watching that's new, let me bring you up to speed. Not bring you up to speed, but the spread is 5.5. Right? The spread is 5.5. It opened up as 5.5. My guys that been rocking with me for a long time, I'm gonna just tell you guys this because I think you probably have to do some research. I told them there's one particular, not the only one, but this one particular spread, one of the particular spreads that I always try to tell them, take advantage of it. It's a 90, and being 90 is being nice. 90 is being nice. 90% of the time it's going to hit, especially if you take the spread and not the winner. But more than not, it's always a flat out winner, right? The 5.5. The 5.5. Most of the time, when you see a game open up as 5.5, right? When you see a game open up as 5.5, right? You're better off taking the underdog.
Are you fucking serious?
You're gonna win 90% of the time. And me saying 90% of the time is being nice. That's giving grace because it's actually higher than that. Most people that took these picks or even sat back and watched it themselves, they even said it. 5.5, you better take the underdog. If you don't trust the underdog to win flat out, that 5.5 is going to come a long way because chances are it's going to be a close ass game. And your 5.5 is going to hit. Now, am I saying take the minus 5.5? I'm not saying that. The plus 5.5, you take that. Just in case anybody who's listening ain't unsure of what I'm saying, whenever you see a spread of 5.5, you better take the underdog with the plus 5.5. You are going to win more times than you lose. Now, for anyone that's new, that's the only number I'm going to give y'all. Because there's other number, and clearly I'm not getting paid for this. So I can't keep telling everybody the numbers. There's another number people know. Well, there's two other numbers people know, but I stop there. I have to stop there. If I give out the other two, it's not like I'm being compensated. So I can't do that. Right? 5.5. Let me tell you guys something. When you get the 5.5, whenever you see that and open up as a 5.5, and then also, majority of the time, it has to be mostly every book, especially every American book. If you see 5.5s across the board everywhere open up the same way, take it. The underdog, that is. I don't, to me, Drake May's a fraud. I don't put no stock in Drake May Yosef. I don't it's nothing about him that I like in real or fake football. I think he's a fraud. Um I'm not putting no stock behind Drake May. Once again, I'm gonna keep saying this. Whenever they push somebody, it has to come from nowhere. The fact that they're forcing it so much, right? The fact that they're forcing it so much, right? The fact that they're forcing it so much, 9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen. And I've seen that on all sports. Whenever they say such and such is the next such and such, it doesn't pan that way. I've heard them say Adrian Broner was the next Floyd Mayweather because it looked good, right? What Adrian Broner was doing, it looked good. It looked good. We seen how we come on now, right? And that's just the name of a few. I can go through basketball, football, baseball, every all sports. Whenever they push this player being the next this person, it doesn't pan out that way at all. They're pushing Drake May too much. What the NFL is supposed to do, if he's supposed to be the next Brady, is keep him low key, and then you see it creep up. That's how they do it. But since they are pushing it in our face, once again, whenever the media pushes something in your face, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. That's another thing for y'all. Once again, I tell people you can't live in the moment too much. There's a lot of Drake May talk. Drake May is not the next thing. A lot of people seems to think he's the next thing because he's playing on the Patriots, and the last guy who was the thing was Tom Brady. So they think so you really think the NFL is just done with Patrick Mahomes, right? As much as I get on Patrick Mahomes, you guys know this. You guys know this. I'm damn near anti Patrick Mahomes, right? But I have to give no feelings. I gotta keep it real. There is nobody who is going to be the face while Patrick Mahomes is playing. I repeat, nobody, not Caleb Williams, not Drake May, right? Not Caleb Williams and not Drake May, because not Caleb Williams, not Drake May, right? Not even Josh Allen, Lamar, Burrow. None of them is going to be the face of the league while Patrick Mahomes is playing. Just is what it is. So when people always ask me, do you think such and such is next up? I'm just gonna flat out tell you no. I'm just gonna tell you no. Until we listen, the next face that they push, we will see towards Patrick Mahomes' decline. When Patrick Mahomes' decline comes, or it gets a little stale, let's just say that, right? If it gets just a tiny bit stale, because we would know, right? And then you start to see them pay attention to another player. You know what I'm saying? Like you just keep hearing and seeing this player more and more and more, right? And his team starts to go awesome. That's when you guys know the new face of the league, whoever that may be. Patrick Mahomes' career wasn't career ending. It wasn't career ending, Joseph. That's all a lie. They said the same thing to Tom Brady. I remember. I'm old enough to know. They said the same thing about Tom Brady. They said the same thing about Tom Brady. There was no social media at the time. They said the same thing about Tom Brady. I remember that. What happened? Is Tom Brady going? Is Patrick Mahomes going to end up with 7, 6 rings? Oh hell no! Like I said, Patrick Mahomes to me is good for one more ring. I think he'll tie with Joe Montana. I think that's what they'll do. He'll tie with Joe Montana. You guys have to you guys have to be once again, you living in the moment too much. Whatever the NFL tells you something, it's always a feel good moment. So you guys run with that. Oh, this team is gonna be the best ever because of how the media is making them look. Look at all the teams that you guys thought was gonna win. Look where they at now. They're home. You know how much Bills talk I heard? Oh, it's the Bills time now. It's the Bills for sure. Why won't they let the Bills win this time? It's going because this is rigged and it's scripted and it's fixed. That's the thing about you guys, right? Sometimes you gotta sit in one plate. You can't sit in two plates. You can't. Either you think it's this or either you think it's that. You can't be on both sides. And I'm not saying they'll agree with me. I'm saying that you have to look at things differently. When you look at things differently, I promise you, you're gonna say, "Yo, B5, you was fucking right. You was right. It's all a play." Whenever they push something in your face so much, don't believe it. Do the opposite. I promise you. The media, the NFL themselves, they have contracts, they have deals with the sports books. So why would a whole bunch of NFL analysts go on TV or go on their podcast and push a team so bad, knowing that you have a lot of novelty bettors that have money? They're gonna go out and make a whole bunch of future bets on that team. Now, if that team wins, guess what happens? All the sports books that the NFL has deals with is forced to pay out all that money to the public. You got to use common sense sometimes. I don't get in whenever a team is overly hyped. Don't think I'm on them. I usually get off of them. If that's what happened with the Packers, you guys know that. In the beginning of the year, when they got who? When they got Micah, you notice I was all for the Packers. Stop talking about them. Did I not, y'all? I stopped talking about them. I said that if they do go to the Super Bowl, I want to see them against the Steelers because that would be fun. Aaron Rodgers going against his old team. Old team. Don't be surprised if they let that shit try to happen. They let that shit happen next year because your man Mike McCarthy, he might be a Steelers coach because he's from Pittsburgh too, by the way. And if Aaron Rodgers stayed there, Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers once again playing for Steelers, ain't that the same team that they actually beat to win their first Super Bowl together?
Are you fucking serious?
It would make more sense if it's against the Packers too, right? But none of that matters. None of that matters. But what I'm trying to say is you have to get off of certain things. That that the books, all these podcasts, the NFL, they all work together. Understand what I'm saying? They all work together. So they're gonna push a narrative, force you to go out there and bet and lose. That's the reason why. That's the reason why the title of this show is "The NFL Fooled You Again." They made the narrative about the Bills. They made the narrative about the Texans. They made this narrative about the Bears. And look what happened. Every single team, every single one of those three
Are you
lost.
fucking serious?
So how perfect is this media? I want to know, how perfect are these guys that's in the media? Because like I said, we can look at it two ways. They really just ain't that smart, assuming that all sports is real, right? They really just ain't that smart, for one. Or number two, they are being paid to push a narrative. They keep pushing the narrative so much because notice, they all have the goddamn same narrative, right? They all have the same narrative, right? They're being paid to push that and push that and push that. So you go and make future bets, or you bet on that team to win on the money line or the spread or whatever, because they talking about a certain player like, oh my God, this is his time, he's gonna do so good. Chicago Bears, they're gonna win, trust me, they're gonna win, this is their year for whatever reason. The Texans defense, they are so great, they are Super Bowl worthy. Their defense, oh, Josh Allen, no Patrick Mahomes, no Joe Burrow, no Lamar, no nothing. There's no reason why he can't win. You saw what he did against Jacksonville. Oh my God, Josh Allen, the Bills, the fucking Bills. Every single narrative that they fed y'all, every single narrative that they fed y'all lost. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I don't go off of their narratives. I go off of narratives that they don't want to talk about. Anybody that's new, that's what I do. That's what I'm known for. I talk about the things that nobody's talking about. They think the shit don't exist, but when you connect all that shit together, then you start to see, oh, this is bigger than. Oh, I see. Why would the league help you guys make money? Right? Why would they help you make money? That's the thing that kills me. DMV, you know the other the two numbers I didn't say, but do you know the other numbers besides the plus 5.5? Besides the plus 5.5. Let me know if you know DMV. But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Be careful. Be careful. Right? Also, here's another thing. Here's also another clue sometime that I'll let you guys know who to bet or who to root for when it comes to the NFL. This is all free game. And I want you guys to start it next year. I want you to start it next year. Right? Because this some shit that you guys have to know. Let's go. Bring that joint up. Boom, you guys. Oh, hold on. Let me fix that. You guys see this, right? This right here is the top paid NFL quarterbacks. It's the top paid NFL quarterbacks. Who's number who's number one? You guys see right there. Who's number one? Dak Prescott.
Are you fucking serious?
Dak Prescott, people. Let's take this walk. Let's just take this walk with me. Right? Dak Prescott, he's the number one. Dak Prescott, quarterback, Dallas Cowboys, $60 million a year. And he's the top paid, $60 million. Tied for second, that would be your man, Josh Allen in the Buffalo Bills, from the Buffalo Bills with $55 million.
Are you fucking serious?
Tied for second, obviously, with $55 million. He ties with Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals. Right? Also tied for that second, right? Which I think makes him like fourth or something like that, right? Trevor Lawrence from the Jacksonville Jaguars, he also got $55 million. Right? Then you got Jordan Love. He got $55 million. You know, Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. Number 6, Tua Tagovailoa of the Miami Dolphins. He got $53.1 million. Tied for number 7, you got your man Brock Purdy.
Are you fucking
Purdy.
serious?
$53 million. Tied for 7, you got Jared Goff, quarterback of the Detroit Lions, at $53 million. Justin Herbert, Los Angeles Chargers, $52.5 million. And then number 10, Lamar Jackson from the Baltimore Ravens at $52 million. Now we can take it a step. Matter of fact, even before we go lower than that, though, what do you notice about what I said? These guys are the highest paid quarterbacks, and not one of them, not one of them, not one of them is in the final 4 teams that's remaining right now.
Are you fucking serious?
Not one. For anybody that's new here, I've always said this, and I'm going to keep saying it. When you get paid big money as a quarterback, I repeat, when you get paid big money as a quarterback, it is not to win Super Bowls. Your job is to be a loser in big games. When big games come, you have to lose. And or you have to fake injuries.
Are you fucking serious?
Every single quarterback I just told you, those are the highest paid, and not none of them are here. Now, I say all that to say what? Quarterbacks who get paid big money are not going to get you guys the Super Bowl. Okay? Whenever your quarterback gets paid big money, he is not going to give you a Super Bowl. Ain't that crazy? So if you're a fan of a certain team and they got a quarterback that's making big money, make sure you go share it. Tell all your buddies. Tell all your buddies that team not winning no Super Bowl. At least not for this year. Technically, you know who should be the highest paid quarterbacks right now? This is just how I feel. It should be Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. They should be the two highest paid quarterbacks right now. They should be the two highest paid quarterbacks right now. They should be in the top 10 or in the top 5. Because I thought the goal was whenever you play is to bring home a Super Bowl. I don't know. That's just what I was told. That's what I thought, right? I think that's what we all think. But I need to know, how come that's not the case? That's not the case, y'all. When you lose, you get paid more money. When you win, you ain't up there. Y'all see it right here. Let me change that around for y'all. There you go. There you go. You see that, right? What do y'all see right here? There was another picture. I had a better picture. Boom. Yes, yeah, right? So speaking of top quarterbacks getting paid, what do y'all see right here? Right? What do y'all see right here? Right? And who posted this? Who was okay, one of the NFL media sites or a known media site, right? That's who posted it, right? They made it their business, and this was yesterday. They made it their business to talk about Matthew Stafford's money, which I found to be funny, like out of nowhere. Like, why talk about his money? Why not talk about Sam Darnold's? Why not talk about like all the other the quarterbacks that's left? You know, they could have talked about them. Why are you talking about Matthew Stafford? Basically, his net income, he's only bringing home $19.7 million. You see the taxes, right? You see the taxes, right? This is absurd how much money he is not making. Exactly. But guess what? He was one of the last few NFC quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl, right? Because it was to win a Super Bowl. Other than Jalen Hurts, it was him, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is one of the last two NFC from the NFC to win a Super Bowl. But he's nowhere on the list as the top players. Now, what did I say? When you make the less money, you actually go to the Super Bowls. That's not all quarterbacks. I do know that. Before anybody tries to come for my head. When they posted this up, I found that to be funny. I'm like, why y'all posting this? Why y'all even talking about this? Which to me, another reason why I'm on the Rams. Just another reason. If it doesn't happen, it don't happen. But one of the reasons why I'm on the Rams, because this could be his last game. Who knows? But the reason why I'm on the Rams, one of the reasons is because of also how much money he's making. So he plays for a big market, which is LA. But being that that's a big market, think about all the taxes that's coming out. Think about all the taxes that's coming out. Ain't that crazy? His federal is 16.2 million, right? His FICA is what is that? 665K, 665K or 685. Right? I'm a little blind. I'm sorry. California state tax is 5.85 million. 5.85 million, right? The with the jock tax, 220K. His agent fee, 1.32 million. Total tax, 224 20, oh my, look at that, 24 million damn near. 24.295 million. I'm sorry, I'm a little blind, y'all. 24.295 million. That's crazy. I'm gonna take him to win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I look at things differently. I look at things differently. When a player gets so much attention and is not the face, I don't rock with him. And yeah, yeah, and in total, no way. Yeah, that's 44 million too for those that forgot. They go to four again, and that was two fours. There go that four again. Come on, come on now. Since they want to talk about his money, what they need to talk about his money for? Clearly, he ain't making a lot. Yo, listen, especially, I'm sorry about that. Especially if the Rams go to the Super Bowl, right? Especially if they go to the Super Bowl. Now we got two games left. Oh, I can see the Ram. I can see I do think Denver and New England to be a close game. That's the game. That's the game that's gonna be close to me, right? That game right there. The Rams and Seattle. I don't. Now I do know both games was close. Both teams won as well. One team won by two, which was the Rams. The other team won by one, which was Seattle. What was that, 37-38 on the second game? The other one was 21-19 or some shit like that, right? And the Rams had won that one. Two close games. Okay. Now, I know people's going to say to me, well, they want to make it exciting. I don't know if we get Rams versus Seattle close. I don't know. I don't know if we get that close. I don't know if we get that close. My prediction. I tell you what, my prediction. Sam Darnold's that little fake injury that they spoke about prior to the 49ers game. You guys remember that, right? I think that's gonna come into question for next week.
Are you fucking serious?
Remember where you heard that first. Remember where you heard that first. It was for a reason. It was for a reason. That may come into play in the Rams game for next week because obviously that he wasn't having no type of injuries, right? He wasn't nothing was going on yesterday. Nothing was going on yesterday. I say we may see a different story next week.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I do think that's what's gonna happen next week, y'all. That's just the truth. I keep trying to tell y'all these injuries are fake injuries. They're fake injuries. It's for a reason. You think they just talk about that for one game? Nah, that whole thing with Sam Darnold, they're gonna talk about that next game as well, bro. Because they was able to blow out the 49ers. So obviously there was nothing to even talk about that whole injury. Right? How many times did you guys really hear about the injury during the game? Be honest. No, it's not that you really make. Well, okay. So the question is, so you make less money to win the Super Bowl? Think about it like this, Joseph. When you're already making less money, you win the Super Bowl. Think about all the guys who's the highest paid but don't win the Super Bowl. It's a trade-off. How often do we see the top paid guy and you win Super Bowls, especially multiple Super Bowls? I don't think anybody can really show me anybody. Don't say Tom Brady. Tom Brady got 7. Tom Brady was the one that always took the pay cuts. So you can't say him. Patrick Mahomes is not even in the top 10. I showed you guys. I already so before you guys say that, you can't say that. you can't say that. It ain't Patrick Mahomes ain't the top guy. Patrick Mahomes has 3 rings. He ain't the top guy. He's not even in the top 10. I already showed you guys the list. We seen the list, so it ain't him. Think about it. Think about the guys that all the top 10 that I showed you, and they always keep coming up short. But the ones that can go far, they're not even on top of the list.
Are you fucking serious?
You guys understand what I'm saying? Anyone that's watching, this is the shit that I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you what to be careful for. We got 97 people in the chat. Shout out to everybody. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me. Rigged, scripted, and fixed. For anybody that's watching, I just want to give you a different perspective of things. This is what you watch out for, because this is how they get you. This is how they get you. When you are the top quarterback, when you are the top player, you don't win Super Bowls like that. We just went over the top 10. These guys have a hard time making it to, well, besides Josh Allen, Joe Burrow has done it. Lamar, I think maybe one time he has done it. But everybody else on the list, they have a hard time like going to a conference championship. Purdy's done it once, but I'm talking about for them to be making all this money, being in the top, you would think that they should at least make it to a conference championship multiple times. But yet, the ones who's going all the way and winning the game, they get less. Now, explain, if you really think about that, y'all, explain to me. And I don't want to hear, certain caps and all that. No. There should be some type of rule that if this is real, the top player gets the top money. You want to know why the top player, the one who's winning the Super Bowl, should always get the best money? Because he's playing more games.
Are you fucking serious?
Think about it. Why is somebody like Dak Prescott getting paid more money than Patrick Mahomes? Why is somebody like Dak Prescott getting paid more money than Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes is playing more games than Dak Prescott. Let's say Dak Prescott, the Cowboys don't go to the playoffs. We got 18 weeks a season. You get one bye week out of that, so you're playing 17 games out of 18 weeks. So Dak Prescott, let's say he's injured. He's not injured, so he plays every game. That's 17. That's 17 games he's getting, right? But you got somebody like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is playing 17, but depending on what seed he gets, let's just say worst comes to worst, he doesn't get the number 1 seed. He gets a 2 through 7, and he has to play every single game, but he ends up going to the championship. It takes 4 games to actually lift up the trophy. The wild card, the division, the conference championship, and also winning the Super Bowl. That's 4 more games. So I'm playing 21 games. My body is more at risk. According to the NFL, they take it serious, right? My body's more at risk. Why is somebody only playing 17 games? And most of the time, he be faking injuries too. But why is somebody playing 17 games? And on average, I'm at least playing 20 to 21 games. How come he gets paid more money than me? Anybody in the chat, you guys see what I'm saying? Anybody that's watching, you see what I'm saying? Where's the real logic between that? I know you'll probably protect the owners and say, yeah, because they no, but there has to be some, if this is real, it has to be some type of a rule that says, yo, the ones who's winning, their contract has to be reconstructed right away after the Super Bowl. That should be a rule, a standard rule. Some people say that they do that. No, they really don't do that. You should get more money if you lift the trophy, because then you know what that's going to say to me. All I got to do is become a professional quarterback. That's all I need to do. I don't need to win the Super Bowl. Because guess what? I'm going to win more money by playing less games than the actual Super Bowl champions.
Are you fucking serious?
Y'all ever thought about that? You ever thought about that? You play less games, but you can make more money. I can play less games, but I can make more money than you. That makes people start to question the game. Anybody that's in the media, and if you're watching, let me tell you something. Just because you don't hear people speak about it, trust me, there's some of us, well, myself, that know. They can't have me on no TV, bro. They can't have me on none of those podcasts. They can't do it. They'll never do it. They can't do it. They're gonna be like, yo, you can't be on here, bro. You gonna be asked, especially if we give you the limelight, the green light to speak and say what you want to say. Nah, this is what you can say and this is what you can't say. That's what it's gonna be, I promise y'all. I'm gonna ask the tough questions. They the normal person is not gonna call you. What's his name? Rob Parker. You know that show that's on Fox or whatever. Rob Parker and the other dude. Anybody that happens to be in the chat that does watch that show, y'all not gonna call and bring that up. Anyone that fucks with anybody's like, it could be Shannon Sharp's podcast. It could be what's that, Shady McCoy, Acho, and them, right? It could be theirs. Like, you guys won't dare ask them those questions on those on those platforms, because you ain't gonna get a real answer. They'll probably ignore you. I'm gonna ask the real questions. It makes no sense. That's why this goes back to when I tell people, when you guys is voting for who you think is going to win this, or who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, not even just the paid and unpaid quarterbacks, you got to think about the quarterbacks that didn't improve themselves yet either. They just not going to just let a whole bunch of them have a Super Bowl. The reason why I said that yesterday, I said the Rams tomorrow, not tomorrow, this year is their best year to win a championship, because I don't think the Rams is going to win one next year. I don't think they're going to win one the year after. I think this is their best chance, and Matthew Stafford happens to be on the Rams. I can't see, out of everything Matthew Stafford has done, I don't see somebody like the quarterbacks we have now just tie it up with him already. So they're going to tie it up right with Matthew Stafford. They're going to have, because I don't think Matthew Stafford's going to get another one, to be honest with you. Right? Aaron Rodgers, it probably would be over for him. But there's always that one quarterback, we're going to give you two. That's what I'm rolling with. And if it has to be anybody, it would have to be Sam Darnold. It would have to be Sam Darnold. People ask Sharp, and he says he has to say they conspiracy theory. That's the only answers that they can say. That's the only thing they can say. They can't. These guys are not allowed. Let me tell you something. They're not allowed to say what they want to say. They know what it is. Let me tell you. Let me also say this. Whatever they say on camera is way different from what they saying off of camera. Whatever they say on camera is different from what they say off of camera. I promise you that. I promise you that. It's just nobody's hard enough to press them. And I don't mean in a fighting way. I'm talking about in a way of like, let me ask y'all these real questions. Hey, media, how come every time y'all push a narrative, how come it doesn't win? If you guys are the experts, you guys are the ones that know what y'all talking about. Am I right or wrong? Right? They know what they talking about all the time. Those are the experts. Y'all see me, little old me. I'm a regular person. These guys got millions of dollars. So how come my narratives throughout the whole week was better than their narratives. Everything that they was pushing, the Bills is going to win because it's their time. The Bills is going to win. Josh Allen is Superman, right? Josh Allen is Superman. They're going to take care of the Broncos easily, right? The Texans defense is so good. It's so good. It's Super Bowl worthy. We're actually going to see a black quarterback and a black head coach go to the Super Bowl. I told you guys that's not happening no time soon. NFL damn sure ain't letting no shit like that happen. A black coach and a black quarterback together raising up a goddamn trophy. That's too niggerish for them. They not doing that.
Are you fucking serious?
They're not doing that. And this is a black man telling you guys this. If you guys don't like it, oh well. That's the truth. The NFL's not letting that happen. At least not yet. Not no time yet. Soon. They're not letting that happen. And what was the last one? What was the last one? The last one was oh yeah, just Caleb Williams and the Bears. Oh my God, so something so special about the Bears. The Rams can't play in the cold. Matthew Stafford can't play in the cold. That's all they kept talking about. Another bullshit narrative, right? Another bullshit narrative, and look what happened. None of them shits actually hit. None of them shits hit. Out of everything that they said, none of them shits hit. Why do people listen to what they say? If you listen to what they say, you will be poor. NFL posted the new Super Bowl quarterbacks. Yeah. I showed that already. Yeah. I showed that. I showed that in the beginning of the show. I showed that in the beginning of the show. Let me see. Yeah, I showed that in the beginning of the show with all the quarterbacks and how it totaled to 60. I'm sorry, 41. Right? Stidham 8. Right? Jarrett Stidham 8. May 10. So that's 18. Right? 18 over there. And then on the other side, you got Sam Darnold, 14. And then you have Stafford, that number 9. So that's 23. So 23 plus 18, that's 41, a.k.a. the whole 14. Well, a.k.a. the 4-1 that we've been talking about for a whole year.
Are you fucking serious?
But I'm a conspiracy theorist. So, I mean, me, for certain players, it just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I just personally think that the news for Stephon Diggs being so negative before a Super Bowl was kind of weird to me. It makes more sense after a Super Bowl, right? After a Super Bowl, right? But I'll tell you this. Who am I on? I'm on the 5.5 with the Denver Broncos next week. I'm on the 5.5. I am on the 5.5 with the Denver Broncos next week. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my chat, man. Shout out to my guys in the chat, man. I'm listening to y'all. I'm looking at what y'all writing. Y'all been on point. This is what I like. Y'all been on topic. That's how it's supposed to be. You know? Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to everybody that's watching too. Hopefully, you're getting a little bit of entertainment. Got to give you something different from what they're going to talk about because you guys already know what it is. When you wake up tomorrow and if you watch First Take or you watch Get Up, before then you already know the stories that you're going to hear. It's going to be the same old shit. They can't really tell you what it is. That's why I'm here. That's my job. My job is to tell you what it is. Right? That's what I'm supposed to do. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you the same old shit. And then guess what? They're going to come with a new narrative next week. For next week. Let's hear what that is. Hopefully it's a narrative that I like. But I'm not going to go with it just because they say it, because I do my own research. right? But we already know it's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of patriot a lot of patriot eating. It's gonna be a lot of patriot eating, and I think you're gonna see more Seattle eating than the Rams eating. It's gonna be a lot of Seattle hype, a lot of Seattle hype. You know, yeah. See, I'm looking at what you guys are saying in the chat. You guys are like, "Yo, nobody want to see those shows." No. What I'm trying to say is, like, in case you guys was interested in those type of shows, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You may be. You know, I tell you this. I tell you this. There's times I watch it, but you know why I watch it? To gain some information when I'm, when I'm setting up my notes and shit like that. I like to listen to the shit that they say. I like to hear the shit that they say, just so I can be like, you see what I'm saying? There go the narratives again. There go the narratives. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying I like to hear that. I heard somebody in the chat ask me when did I ever did I ever say anything about Seattle? Have I ever brought up Seattle? Yeah, I have brought up Seattle. Look, it's crazy where Seattle's where they are right now. Um, you see, here's this one. Here's one. Here's one right here. Shout out to my chat. Shout out to my chat. Yeah, right here. As you can see, here's one right here. This is one that I did a couple of months. This one was 3 months ago. You guys see it right here. Seattle Seahawks or Arizona Cardinals. Basically Super Bowl bound. Arizona Cardinals. Y'all can dismiss that one.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Y'all can dismiss that one. There was a reason why, right? But I know it had to be one of them, right? But it's a chance. It's a chance that they can go to the Super Bowl. So Seattle Seahawks or Arizona Cardinals Super Bowl bound. I mean, that's one. That's one I spoke about. Another one is there's another one right here, as you guys can see. I spoke about it. Seattle Seahawks NFC champs. It's right there. 3 months ago. 3 months ago. As you guys can see, this is not new. I spoke about the Seahawks when nobody absolutely was on the Seahawks. Nobody was on the Seahawks. I'm like, yo, listen, it's a chance, right? Right? If it ain't the Packers, it's got to be the Rams. There's nothing new. I've been on the Rams for the longest. I've been on the Rams for the longest. I'm staying on the Rams. Well, no, this is my last year on the Rams for a while. I think they got to get it done. And like I said, that whole number 5, man. That whole number 5. That's why we will do part 3 of Shane Tamara, if the Super Bowl happens, right? If a certain Super Bowl that I'm thinking, if it actually happens, if that matchup happens, we will do part 3 of that show. But when he played for high school in LA, right, and he was number 5, and then he was the NFL shooter this year, and that NFL headquarters being on the 5th floor, and then the LA Rams ironically get the 5th seed. I don't know.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know, people. That's that 4-1 everywhere. 4-1. 4 plus 1, 5. I mean, come on, y'all. Come on now. I'm not trying to bait y'all into doing it. Y'all don't have to do it. But what I'm saying is, find that kind of funny. Found it kind of funny how, number 5 just pops up. Well, no, the 5 been there. But what I'm saying is, it's all aligning. The whole number 5 shit. I know y'all may feel how y'all feel. That's fine. But that number 5 is there for a reason. It's been 41 the whole time. right? It's been 41 the whole time. And sure enough, that's what it is. Let's see what else. What else? Wait, hold on. Yeah, let's go by that one. Let's go by that one. Go by that one. For anybody that's new, just showing you. Come on, bro. Show it. Why you not showing that shit? There you go. Win the Super Bowl. Here's one. Hey, here you go. But your man Xavier Worthy, what was the whole point of this picture right here? You know, you got number 5 right there, right? And then you got the 4 and you got the 1. We all know 1 plus 4 equals 5, but it was just the way they were standing next to each other, right? And then 1 plus 4 equals 5. So I'm thinking this: are we gonna see a 1 versus 4 once again? Are we gonna or listen to me, or are we gonna see a number 5 seed win the Super Bowl? Because now that's when I can get on my stupid conspiracy theory shit and say, oh well, yeah, it's being held in San Francisco where the 49ers playing. The difference between 4 and 9 is 5. I could say some dumb shit like that too. I could. But your man Xavier Worthy, what was the whole point of this picture right here? You guys see it? You guys see it? You guys see it? I spoke on it. But anyway, or
Wanna hear
just a
another
number
one?
5 would just win outright. The number 5 seed would just win outright. Right?
Let's play that again.
But anyway, or just a number 5 would just win outright. The number 5 seed would just win outright. Right? That's what I'm saying. A 1 versus a 4 seed, or we just might see a number 5 seed win outright. We just got to know who's.
One more
But
time.
anyway, or just a number 5 would just win outright. The number 5 seed would just win outright. Right? That's what I'm saying. A 1 versus a 4 seed, or we just might see a number 5 seed win outright. We just got to know who's playing. But anyway, or just a number 5 would just win outright. The number 5 seed would just win outright. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I'm on the NFC as a whole. Rams. If not Rams, then Seahawks. I'm not picking nobody from the AFC. As we stand right now, I'm not picking nobody from the AFC. Right? Remember last year I thought we possibly could have got a Chiefs versus Rams. Y'all remember that, right? This year I said, oh, I threw it out there. I said if they was to let Patrick Mahomes go in the playoffs, even though I still always thought his injury was coming, right? But I did do a live asking, are we going to get the Rams versus Chiefs this year? Right? Probably have Patrick Mahomes get injured in a play in that Super Bowl, whatever it is, right? But because I didn't think he was going to win. If it's Rams versus the Chiefs, I think the Rams are gonna win. If we see Rams and Chiefs, I think Rams is gonna win. I never got to get it, right? But hopefully the Rams can go. Chiefs can't. What if they end up going against their division foe, the Broncos? It's funny how things align. But I just want to let you guys know, don't let the NFL fool you guys, okay? We have until next we have a couple days until the conference finals. That's basketball talk. But you know, the AFC and NFC championship game, right? And then what? There's a week off. So you got enough time to think about that Super Bowl. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled like you thought the Bears was gonna win.
Are you fucking serious?
It ain't that. It ain't that. All right? Yeah, no, we ain't never getting that. It seems like the Rams is holding up their end of the bargain. Like I said, I don't get off of the Rams. What's with LA winning? What's with LA winning all these championships all of a sudden in sports? It money, money, money. A lot of taxes come out of when you're a professional athlete and you play for LA, right? You're on a popular team, right? You're playing for a big, you're playing for a big market, right? But guess what? All these other teams, all these other players is actually making more money than you. That's why baseball, those contracts have to be super big. If you notice that, right? It have to be like super heavy. But it's still a lot of taxes that still go in it, right? Same thing I just showed you about Matthew Stafford, a lot of taxes. So it's like, yo, you guys are gonna be the one that's gonna win the championships. So you gotta choose. You want the championships or you want the money. You want to do with somebody like James Harden, get all the money. You don't care about winning championships, but that's basketball. That's another conversation. LA. That's why. Something for you guys to think about. We are live Tuesday. I'm sorry, Wednesday. Tomorrow's Monday. Tuesday we live. Tuesday we live. I'm trying to think. No. And we might go live tomorrow again. Tomorrow night again. But Tuesday, we're going to have our early afternoon live. Right? Got a couple of topics for you guys. This one was a good one. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like just do your research. And what I mean by research is like as far as the media overhyping. That's what I'm saying. Like just really pay attention to a lot of hype you're gonna see this week. You're gonna see a lot of hype, especially with the whole Patriots thing. Patriots, I think they're gonna get the biggest hype. The Patriots will get the biggest hype. Be very, very careful, every single one of you guys. I don't want you guys to lose. Be very careful. They on to something. They gonna trick you guys. Right? But if anybody's asking me for the AFC championship, I am on the Denver Broncos with the 5.5. Denver Broncos 5.5. I'm gonna do that instead of taking them straight up, even though I told you guys most of the time the 5.5 underdog does win straight up. But I'm gonna take the 5.5 plus just in case the game ends up tight. If the Patriots still win, but the game ends up tight, I'm gonna just to be safe. So yes, I'm on the Broncos plus 5.5. But I'm still gonna do my whole research about the plus 5.5. If I pull out, I'll let it be known that I pull out. That sound crazy, right? But I'm still gonna do my research as far as that spread. Anything else? Any other storyline? I already know what to say. I don't got to think about it. But it's more of that line. But like I said, 5.5s, you're gonna win more than you lose. I promise you. That's basically free money I just gave out. So, that's something for you guys to think about. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. New watchers, subscribe. I'm telling you, this is the only type of heat you're going to get. The only type of heat you're going to get. So I just want to let you guys know. Shout out to y'all. Because y'all could have been anywhere in the world, man. But y'all here with me. This was a nice episode. Don't let the media fool you guys, people. Please. Don't fall for it. We understand you like these former players who have podcasts and they're on TV and it sounds like they know what they're talking about. But you ever wondered to yourself, why do I keep losing every time I take their advice? It's like almost all the time. Every time I take their advice, I'm always losing. You ever thought about that? You ever thought to yourself, maybe they can't tell you what's really going on? Because they work for a network or they work for a company that also works with the sports books. So why would they give you game to win and take money off of the sports books? The same sports books who have deals with the very company that they work for. That doesn't actually make any sense. Why would you guys think any different? Come on, people. You gotta wake up. It don't work that way. It don't work that way, people. It doesn't work that way. Whenever if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'm out.